Well, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is where you are right now. Today, I am reviewing the New Balance Rebel V3. So welcome back to the channel. If you're not subscribed, please click that subscribe button. And of course, to help the YouTube algorithm, give the video a thumbs up and drop a comment down below. Let me know if you have any questions about this shoe. So I had the opportunity to run in the New Balance Rebel version 2. And while it was a really good shoe, I felt like it fell short in a couple different areas. So how does the Rebel V3 compare? Is it a good shoe? And is it one that you should put in your daily shoe rotation? Let's find out. So we're gonna talk about the build, the comfort, the performance, and the value of the Rebel V3. But first, voiceover Chad, why don't you tell us about the specs of the shoe? New Balance sent me these shoes for the purpose of review, but all thoughts and opinions are strictly my own. As for the specs and features of the shoe, New Balance states, with a combination of speed and cushioning, the Fuel Cell Rebel V3 is designed to power you through everyday runs, training sessions, or long distances. Featuring a high rebound fuel cell foam to propel you forward and a lightweight engineered knit upper with the right amount of structure to keep you moving at top speeds. The Rebel V3 features a fuel cell midsole foam, engineered knit upper with no-sew overlays, gusseted tongue, endurance outsole rubber, weighs in at only 209 grams or 7.4 ounces in a men's size. The midsole stack seems to vary depending on where you look, but the general consensus is that it's somewhere between 27.5 and 29.5 millimeters stack in the heel, 21.5 to 23.5 millimeters in the forefoot for a 6 millimeter drop, and a US MSRP of $129.99. So Colorado has been getting a lot of rain lately, so at the end of this video, I'm going to count, and you should count with me, the number of very large puddles that I end up running through. I also like to mention that any of the B-roll footage that you're seeing in this video was recorded after this long run. I am in the middle of my 20-mile long run, just about to hit mile 12. Good morning. No spoiler alerts, but I'm gonna tell you, it's really hard to run slow in these shoes. All right, so starting with the build of the Rebel 3. All in all, I think New Balance did a really good job with the overall build. I think they improved the upper over version 2. The problem that I had with version 2 was after about 200 miles, I forget if it was the medial or lateral side, but it ripped right in here or along here. I'm pretty sure it was on the inside here. It ripped and made it so that I had to stop running in the shoe. I enjoyed running in it, but upper quality just wasn't quite there. And I feel like they've made the upper, this knit upper, more durable just in the way it's made. So I'm confident that it's gonna last a lot longer than the previous version, which is good, because this is a good shoe that you're gonna wanna run in for a long time. I feel like New Balance made some smart choices in the types of materials that they use on this shoe. From the outsole rubber, which is pretty lightweight but also durable. Fuel cell midsole is soft yet responsive, bouncy, should last a long time. It's pretty resilient. And then the upper, the build quality is really well. I already mentioned that the knit upper feels more durable than the previous version, but I also think that they did a good job choosing materials that are comfortable and lightweight, which adds to the overall performance of this shoe. The collar and heel have some really nice lightweight padding. The laces are good quality. The tongue is gusseted, and that actually, in my opinion, helps add to the build quality. So yeah, all in all, just great quality. I'm gonna give the rating a 9 out of 10. And now on to comfort. So I've already kind of alluded and mentioned a few things, but overall comfort is also very, very nice. It's surprising how this shoe is actually more comfortable than you would think. It's like having a sports car with plush suspension. Doesn't make sense, and yet it works really well in the shoe. That fuel cell midsole is just really nice. It's soft. Actually, it's really soft, like trampoline soft. Feels just energetic and fun. I feel like you can run anything from easy runs, short runs, tempo runs, races. In fact, I did a 5K race in this shoe, although granted it was with my daughter. I was just running with her, but still, video on the channel, check it out. Or even a long run like what I'm doing today. It's just a very universal midsole, and I like that a lot. Comfort of the upper is also pretty good. Again, especially for more of a performance-oriented shoe, that gusseted tongue and the laces somehow just hold your foot really well. I've had no hot spots, blisters, rubbing anywhere in this shoe. And even though the tongue is not padded, in fact, it's really just a piece of fabric, somehow New Balance, I don't know how you pulled it off, but it's really comfortable. In fact, I would dare say that the Rebel V3 is more comfortable than the Propel V4, which has more comfort built into it. Sounds weird, but this shoe is pretty comfortable. Around the ankle and the Achilles, no rubbing at all, some good padding. Feels just super secure, really nice in that area of the shoe. And the last thing I want to mention about the upper comfort is I feel like it's pretty adaptable to most feet. That knit upper is, how do I describe it? The knit upper, I feel like, is going to be adaptable to most feet. It moves with your foot where it needs to be, doesn't feel restrictive, and yet it gives you a good secure hold. One thing I should mention, little caveat if you will, is sizing. I went true to size, 9.5 for me, and the shoe fits fine. Fits better than version 2, which for me came up short. Literally, my toes were hitting the front of the shoe, which made it uncomfortable, especially on a long run like today. But in version 3, I feel like they addressed that. But if you are between half sizes, definitely plan on sizing up. But despite that, overall comfort score, I am giving a 9 out of 10. Morning, folks.
Morning.
Where are we running to?
Home.
Home? To get breakfast? Is that...
Yeah, are you buying? I'll keep up with you if you buy.
Okay,
right.
Sounds like a good plan. See you guys. Yeah, enjoy. Now on to the performance of the Rebel V3. If you haven't already gathered, this is a high-performing shoe. And yet somehow New Balance, you struck a really good balance between not only being just a fast shoe, but a shoe that you can use on your recovery runs, your long runs, your track days, your intervals, your everyday runs. Just a really good universal daily trainer of a shoe that is tailored a little more to running fast. The upper of the shoe is also really breathable, and for what it's worth, sheds water really, really well. Not that you need a road shoe to shed water typically, but it breathes really well. I also really like that the overall package of the shoe is really lightweight. I mean, just a hair over 200 grams. That's nice, and it feels really lightweight underfoot too. I already mentioned a little bit about the fit, but overall it's a performance-oriented fit, so it's a little more snug in the midfoot, which I like. It's really secure, feels, like I mentioned, comfortable, but your foot's not gonna move around. It's also very agile and nimble feeling shoe, and I think that's because mostly in part of the upper, but also that midsole, the fuel cell midsole. It's bouncy, it's soft, squishy, comfortable. It's just a good midsole. A lot of fun to run in, especially when you start picking up the pace. But it's comfortable for even those slow long runs, like what I'm doing right here on this hill. Slow. The shoe does not have any sort of TPU or carbon plate. I don't think you need one in this shoe. It's not what it's designed for. But one of the things that I really like about the Rebel V3 is, frankly, the fact that it doesn't have a plate. Feels much more natural underfoot. Allows your foot to go through its cycles, gait cycle and foot strike in a more natural movement. I do think, however, that you want to have a strong foot to run in this shoe. it is extremely neutral and loosey-goosey, as Seth James Damore would say. Oh, holy llamas. Okay, llamas, alpacas, not sure. All right, so overall performance, hope I'm not forgetting anything. If I have, drop a comment down below and I'll be sure to clarify or add some details there. Overall performance rating, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. I struggled to not give it a 10 out of 10. And the reason I think why I gave it a 9 out of 10, although the performance is near perfect for me, I think the shoe is only going to do well for a smaller subset of runners, those who are fast and those who have a very strong foot and good form, good foot strike. If you need a stability shoe at all, I don't think this shoe is going to be necessarily very good for you, at least not to use all the time. And now let's talk about the value of the shoe. You know, in short, at $129.99 US MSRP dollars, I feel like you're getting a pretty good shoe, a pretty good buy, good value. New Balance probably could have charged more, but I'm glad you didn't, because at $130, I feel like it's in reach for most avid runners, and those are the types of people that are going to be running in this shoe. If you're an avid runner, definitely consider this shoe. You're getting a fun, fast, capable shoe, very universal shoe that fits into your running rotation for a good dollar value. So I'm going to put value at 9.5 out of 10. And that brings me to my concluding thoughts. YouTuber Running with Mark put it really well. Running in this shoe is like getting a breath mint. It just feels fresh. So for that reason, I feel like this shoe has a very valid and good place in your running shoe rotation. Have a shoe for your daily miles. Maybe have like a carbon plated race day shoe, but for the days that you want to go to the track, want to do a fartlek, some intervals, you want to do a tempo run mixed in with a long run, maybe you don't know what type of run you want to do, this shoe will perform very well for you. So do I recommend the shoe? Yes, absolutely. It's been a fun shoe, and I'm definitely looking forward to putting even more miles into it. And I see no reason why this shoe won't hit 400, 500 plus miles. Just an overall good package, durable outsole rubber, a midsole that's gonna last a long time, remain responsive, gives good feedback underfoot, and an upper that should last at least as long as well. All right, thank you for joining me on this run. We are approaching the puddles that I mentioned. So let's count how many there are. These are not small puddles. I mean, that's a puddle, but that is nothing compared to what I'm about to run through. Woo! Puddle number 1. This bird's very territorial. Keeps flying circles around me. Woo! Puddle number 2. Oh good. I thought my shoes could use a cleaning. Oh, that was fun. Well, I guess that's a wrap. If you made it this far into the video, consider joining the channel membership. Only $1 a month, and it just supports the channel in the most meaningful way. I've got a lot of really cool videos planned. I've got the Salomon AeroVolt road shoe to review, the Salomon Pulsar Trail Pro 2 shoe to review, a bunch of trail runs, and 2 different ultras, and more. Some vests from Nathan and Ultimate Direction. So subscribe, join the channel membership, and that's it. This has been a great day, great run, and a fun shoe. Remember to be consistent, express gratitude, and enjoy every mile. I will see you on the next video. Bye now.